Hey everybody, happy Monday. Today is the 8th of August and it is the Lionsgate portal. So if you don't know what that is, we did a little post on it and there's lots of people in the community talking about the Lionsgate portal, but just quickly, today is a beautifully potent day for you to do some of the work in the sense of if you can find time or create the time in the space to go into meditation or to even just get still with your thoughts or maybe to journal about the things that you're wanting to release and about things that you're wanting to align with or call in. So it's kind of like a portal of energy that you're going to walk through, and you're going to release the things that you just want to leave behind, and walk into what you want to be or who you're becoming. So it's this beautiful, beautiful, powerful portal of energy that happens every year on the 8th of August. And they call it the Lionsgate portal because it is, in the sign of Leo. So just a couple things before we get started. I try not to take too much time, but in the energy of what we're calling in as a business, I'm just going to take a second to talk about what we have coming up. So we have, of course, about our Intuition 101 on-demand workshop. If you don't, then all the details are on our website or in our link tree. And it is just $55 for you to get, over 40 videos of content that is just beautifully meant for the beginner intuitive or somebody who's just might feel like they're missing a few pieces of the puzzle as to understanding how all of this works. It'll really shift your perspective or shift your energy and open up your perspective. That's the purpose of it. And we'll talk about how to meditate in there and why it's important, or why we feel it's important. I mean, you can do what you want, free will. So that's just $55. I think the price will increase probably in the new year. So once you purchase it, it's yours. You have it forever. And you will be invited to a monthly Q&A call. If you have any questions, you can join us there. And then, any questions about the content that you learn or the things that you're learning within the course. And then we have our Soul Star Intuitive course open for registration. We are starting in early September, so don't wait too long. Save your seat because it is limited spots if you're interested. This is our Game Changer course. This is the course where you go from we really feel like it's clicking, like it's putting, it's really connecting your third eye and your crown in the sense of it's putting you online. So we will teach you how to connect to energy, how to connect to others' energy. We're turning up the volume on your frequency. Really what we're doing is opening up your crown chakra so that you have the skills and the tools to be able to connect to your spirit team whenever you want to, so that when you have questions or you need guidance, you can go within instead of having to seek it from outside yourself. There's a lot of practice that goes on, a lot of lessons that you get pre-recorded, and then we come together in practice session. With other students. It's a safe space to practice your skills and develop your skills that way. And it's also helpful, as a mother or as a teacher or as anybody, this skills, everybody has the ability to do this. And we feel so passionate about teaching you how to connect to yourself at a soul level. And then we do have our Akashic Records course open for registration in September as well. However, we are also feel strongly about making sure you have the skill to be able to connect with the energy around you, and that you have a relationship with your spirit team and you can journey with them, and your crown chakra is already open basically. And the reason is because you have to have a higher frequency in order to connect to the Akashic Records, and you're building that frequency or that ability through Soul Star Intuitive. But if you're already an active and working medium or a healer or even an intuitive, and you want to learn the Akashic Records, definitely this course is for you. But if you haven't yet honed in that skill, then you want to do that through Soul Star Intuitive first. We just don't want to take anybody's money and not have them get out of the course what they were expecting or wanting to get out of the course. So if you're unsure, book a clarity call with us. And then Soul Star Healer is our beautiful healing course. That's not open for registration probably until later in the fall. But if you're interested in that is meant for, anybody who's already healing or a medium or working in this work as well. And you should be able to read the Akashic Records to do that, because we do a lot of past life healings in that course. And so those are the things that we're calling in for the Lionsgate portal. Anyways, let's get into our reading. So sorry to take that 5 minutes from you. I do appreciate you listening to it. If you know anybody that you think would be interested in this, please feel free to share share us with them. Like we would love to support anybody that's interested. Okay. So we're going to pull 3 cards today for the energy of the week ahead. So how we're going to do this, if you're new, thank you for joining us. We have card 1. I'm going to pull card 1, 2, or 3. If you just want to take a moment to feel into what card is meant for you. And then I'm going to read the energy of the card, and that's meant to give you some insight on what energy you can expect for your week ahead. So whatever card number comes to you first, if you feel really pulled to one card or the other. Sometimes I like to place the cards in my mind, in my imagination, and then I'll feel pulled in a direction. Or sometimes I even just touch my screen, and whatever number I see first is the card that I take. So let's go into card number 1. Okay. Okay, so card number 1 is deep quiet, meditation and stillness. This just feels like Spirit's like, shh. So the energy for you this week feels like almost like a forced retreat, in the sense, like it feels like if you're not listening and you're not taking the time to be still or to rest, like Spirit's going to force you to do that, whether that is, oh my gosh, I feel so exhausted, I need to lay down, or you get sick, perhaps a cold, or you're just, it's like almost feels like a forced time for you to be still. And the reason is because it feels like you're they're integrating, they're activating, they're working with your frequency, they're doing some work on you. And if you don't take that time, if you're not listening to your body to take that time for you to receive that healing, for you to receive that integration and that upgrade, then they're going to force you to take it because it's really important. So this week, it does feel very important. Almost get this sense of urgency that you take some time this week to be still, to be quiet, to rest. Take time off if you can, just like to, and it doesn't have to be the whole week, but you'll notice pockets of the week, throughout the week, where you're feeling really called to take time to rest. So this happens to Allison and I quite often in this sense of like, we'll be going through our day and then all of a sudden we're super exhausted. And so, we're like, I need to go lay down, and we will go lay down. And a lot of times our past selves would have been like, I can't lay down. This is the middle of my work day. I have to do X, Y, and Z. But taking 20 minutes to go and close your eyes and listen to a quick guided meditation or some music, like I will always set my alarm for 30 minutes. And then I know I take 20 minutes, and that is all I need. And you'll be surprised at how you come out of that feeling more energized and more awake. And it's like you needed that. So that is how it shows up for us. So for you this week, just be aware of your energy, be aware of those times where you're being called to go and rest, or to be still, or to be quiet. If you don't have the opportunity to do that, Spirit might force it upon you. Yeah, so that will be interesting. But it feels very urgent in the sense of like, it's needed. It's needed. Okay. Card 2. Card 2 is lost in space. Oops, needing direction. Let me just feel into the energy of this card. Okay. So the energy for you this week feels a little bit creative. I'm just receiving, just one sec. It feels very much like the energy for you this week, like you're open, and your energy is open to receive. So it feels like you're going to receive a lot of downloads, or ideas, lots of inspiration, lots of creative guidance, but it feels like almost like an overload of energy that's coming in for you. So it's not like you're not gonna have clarity this week. It's gonna feel jumbled and messy in the sense of like all of these ideas. So the message for you is to receive the energy for you this week is to receive the inspiration, the ideas, the images, the things that you're getting, even when they don't make sense. Like write it down, take note of it, anchor it into your heart. So the ones that you're really like, oh, that's interesting, pull that into your heart space, like anchor that in, because it feels like you're going to create something out of that in the future. So it's just like all of these ideas. So I always get confused, or I struggle with the depth perception. So when I receive my inspiration, ideas, creativity, the downloads, I'm always like, oh, I have to do this right now. But what I'm learning is that I have to take time with it and sit with it and integrate it and then create it slowly. And I know now that it's meant for the future. So even when they don't make sense, if you're getting this inspiration, you're like, why am I seeing this? Or why am I receiving this? Why do I feel called to do this? Just sit with that, journal about it, write it down, have a list. Like I have a document in my Google Docs where I write down all of the crazy things that come in, because I know that down the road that will make sense. So they're saying that it won't make sense. It might not make sense right now because it's going to be like this influx of energy for you, but to make sure you're taking note of it because it'll make sense for you in the future. Some of it will make sense for it in the future. Some of it you'll be called to act upon sooner than later. But it feels like these are the people who are already kind of in this space that are creating and inspiring. It feels like this week we're going to be receiving a lot of insight. So for what we're being called to create next. And then for those who are not in this space or who are not working in this space, this is going to be a week for you that is more like validation. So you're getting things are clicking for you, or you're getting all these synchronicities this week. And it's really going to make you sit and think about energy, about how things work, because you're going to experience it. Example might be when you're thinking about somebody and then all of a sudden they call or text you, or they message you through Facebook or Instagram or something like that, or you run into them on the street, or you're thinking about something, your kid and you are like on the same page about something, and you're thinking about something, and then they come to you and they tell you about it, or they something like that. So it just feels like there's going to be a lot of synchronicities for you this week that are going to make you really be like, wow, there must be something to this energy, because you can't deny the energy that, or the things that we just experienced this week. So things are going to be like super loud for you, or super like spotlighted or clear. I just keep hearing like almost like sirens, in the sense of like, pay attention. So when you're experiencing those things this week, pay attention to them. And then they're asking you to listen to it. Like those are your soul whispers, to listen to it so that you can move forward from this week, and maybe listen to it a little bit more, or catch it a little bit faster. Okay, so that's card 2. Anything else? No. Okay, card number 3. Card 3 is called Me Talks. Repairing the body, mind, and spirit. So just give me a second here. Okay, so I'm getting this energy of like, kind of like not even paying attention. So the energy for you this week is sort of just like doing some find happy, like, how do I say this? One sec. Okay, so the energy for you this week is they really want you to find joy in the little things. So find happiness and joy in just the smallest, stupidest, silliest little things. So if you're looking at like, and they're showing me this picture of, or this image of like an ant carrying a breadcrumb to its like place, whatever. Just watching that and being in awe of the universe and really just like really honoring that silly ant that's just carrying a piece of bread. Like obviously in our human minds or in our lives, it's just like, let's kill the ant, it's going to come into my house or something like that. But really take the moments through the day to notice the itty bitty little things that just are like, wow, like crazy. You know what I mean? Even just like looking at the vibrant color of a flower that you walk by, or you know, the bee that is swarming from flower to flower to flower. Just really slow down time this week. They want you to really slow down your time and start to notice the little itty bitty things and find joy and awe in those things. So if you're a mom, sit there and just like watch how your child is interacting with the universe around them. Or if you're, you know, at work, paying attention to the little things that are coming to you that are making you happy or joyful, or that maybe you can find joy in. So even just like when you're stuck in traffic, like I'm just seeing all of these times where we would be like super annoyed and frustrated, to just sit in that energy and see if you can find something happy or joyful or something awe-inspiring about that moment. So they're asking you to flip your perspective this week, to take time to slow down and to find joy and happiness in each moment, especially in those moments where you're feeling frustrated and annoyed or angry, to just stop and be like, okay, let's look at this, you know, from a universal perspective. Like, how can I find joy in this moment? So yeah, so that's an interesting one. It's not often that we can do that because our lives are so busy and we just like zip through our day, you know, running from one thing to the other, from one thing to the other. So be intentional about slowing that down. And although you're still going to that destination, noticing the little things along the way so that it feels like you're not just like zipping past it, because you're going to miss so much. It's a good message. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you this week. This is very potent energy of the week for the Lionsgate. And if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out to us. And we hope you have a great week.